Salutations everyone and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. Captain America Civil War came out this weekend and Iron Man and Captain America were bumping heads. Who knew their moms had the same first name? Crazy how they resolved that conflict so fast. So both this year's Call of Duty and Battlefield had their official reveals this week. First with Infinite Warfare on the Call of Duty side of things, which looks like it could be Advanced Warfare 2 or Black Ops 3 DLC. It looks literally identical to the last aesthetic exosuit jumping stuff. There's going to be jumping and exosuits and wall running and jetpacks. They haven't showed us this yet, but that's definitely what they're saying. There's going to be chaining movement and all this stuff. People probably aren't very happy about it, but we get to play COD 4 remastered with 10 maps in the campaign, so people are excited about that. There will, however, be no changes to COD 4, and you can only get it with the Legacy Edition of Infinite Warfare, which will cost you an extra $20. So you're going to pay $80 to play COD 4 again, and it's not going to, take out the Martyrdom, Frag Times 3, Juggernaut, MP5, Double Tap, M16-ness. So you're welcome. On the other side of things, Battlefield 5 has been Battlefield 1, because Xbox One was a great idea, so was the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. Who are naming things nowadays? I get it, they're going to World War I, and that's like, oh, that's the first Battlefield was World War I, so we're gonna call it Battlefield 1, but come on, can we not with this anymore, with the names? We have heard rumors for a long time that this next Battlefield video game will be taking place during World War I, but we hear that every year. Oh, the next Call of Duty is going to be in World War I. Oh, the next Battlefield is going to be World War I. Oh, they're going back to World War II. Oh, they're going to the Civil War. They're never true. And this time I was really hoping it wasn't true because of how much I loved Battlefield 4 and just the variety of, gadgets and guns that we had at our disposal, as well as with the vehicles, and the setting was just beautiful and gorgeous and it all worked together. But we are going to World War I. There was some early speculation that this was going to be an alternate universe like World War I, and they say it's not, but looking at the trailer, it kind of does. This doesn't look like the World War I remember reading about. They're definitely taking some liberties, I think, with some things. They say it's a realistic depiction of World War I, so I'm just going to take their word for it and say that's what they're going for. But the trailer definitely gave me an alternate history vibe, because this isn't what anybody thinks about when they hear World War I. Regardless, we're going to have World War weaponry, World War I artillery, vehicles, and settings. A lot of people are excited because it's fresh. We haven't had a World War I game in a long time, and we haven't had one on a current generation console, or even last generation's console, unless you count, maybe some ports for some other things, or remastered things that look nicer on the PC, what have you. But, needless to say, all the shooters recently have been, in the present, and then we went kind of future, and now we're going kind of more future, and then some of them are just, super duper future. But now we're going back to the past, so I think a lot of people are, excited about that refresher. I myself am kind of, disappointed because of how much I love Battlefield 4. Battlefield is a great series, and I'm probably going to be picking up Battlefield 1. Still can't get over how stupid that name is. But it will be coming out October 21st for all the good platforms out there, all the current ones. And there was no mention of a beta, but Hardline got a beta, Battlefield 4 got a beta, Black Ops 3 got a beta, Infinite Warfare we know is getting a beta, so Battlefield 1's, it's gonna get a beta. That's just the way that things are nowadays, so everyone's gonna get to probably check that out in, August, let's say, September, maybe, depending on, if it's gonna be like a bullshit beta or not, where they're, just doing a stress test and they're not really trying to see what kind of balances and changes they want to make. Needless to say, it is still EA, Frostbite engine, and it's a Battlefield game, so it's gonna be good. As you all know, Captain America's Civil War came out yesterday, or Thursday in many places at night, and it's a very good film. Very good way to kick Phase 3 into super high gear very quickly. I thought it was a good film. There's a lot of things. It got me really excited for the Black Panther movie, and we got to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man. that was cool. Not going to throw any spoilers at you guys, but I enjoyed the film. One of the better Marvel films that they have made. Definitely better than Age of Ultron by a lot. But we know that Winter Soldier was fantastic, so there was no reason to think that the Russo brothers were going to do us wrong here in Captain America 3 Civil War, and now that we know they're dealing with Infinity War, there's reason to be hyped about everything, thus, from now on, in case you weren't already on board with Doctor Strange and Black Panther, and we know that Inhumans is now not on the docket anymore, but they haven't canceled it. It's a weird thing. Maybe they get Fantastic Four back. Who knows? Kevin Feige has come out this week saying that they are very interested in doing a solo Black Widow movie. People have been clamoring for this since I think the first Avengers film, and we know that Black Widow has been in, almost as many of these films as Tony Stark, so there's, reason to believe that a lot of fans want to see it because they say that they want to see it, and we know she's a good character and she could have their own standalone storyline, whether it be original or borrow from other source materials. I think it's a good idea. A lot of people just want a female superhero movie, but I want a superhero movie that's good. So I don't care who the character is, what their sex is, gender, powers, lack thereof. They can do a good job. It would be a different dichotomy when it comes to what other more powered heroes have faced in the Marvel Universe. What's going to be the antagonist in this film? How is it going to line up with the rest of the cinematic universe? They definitely can do it. They say they're interested into it. When he was asked about any of the guest characters getting their own solo film, like the Vision or Hawkeye or people, War Machine, that have only been in group movies and not having their own solo movies, Feige said, Black Widow is very interesting to us, and we would like to, pursue some ideas about a future solo film. Speaking of solo films, the solo Han Solo prequel movie has been casted. Your Han Solo is Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know how to say the name. He was in Hail Caesar and Beautiful Creatures, a couple of other films. People who have seen his movies say that they like him, and Hail Caesar is his most recent notable appearance in cinema, as well as, his more better reviewed ones. So some people are quite, excited about it. It is an actual American, so that's kind of cool. We get an American to play a younger version of an American actor, which doesn't happen very often, especially when Disney is starting reboots and all that good stuff. So this Han Solo movie should be coming out in 2018, with Rogue One coming out this year and Episode 8 coming out next year in 2017. So this one will be coming out in 2018, probably going to be December, so they can lock down that month as the Star Wars month. And a lot of people are, very, very cautious because Han Solo is the second most popular character in the Star Wars megaverse. Number one, of course, being Boba by the Foot, who fucking sucks and does nothing, but people are saying he might get his own standalone film as well. So people are definitely going to be angry no matter what they see of Han Solo, because they want themselves to be cast as Han Solo, because that's what they've, been in their minds for so long. So those fans, impossible to please. Us other more, level-headed fans are open to some, more good Star Wars films, and if Rogue One shows us that they can definitely do solo films or, prequel films that aren't in the George Lucas vein, then there is reason to be excited, and everyone loves Han Solo, so more Han Solo. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. It's the Space Jam number 2 official. It's coming out. Official. Space Jam 2. LeBron isn't officially attached to the project. He's obviously the one that they have in mind. He's currently in the playoffs. Probably has other stuff on his mind, but he is the obvious candidate, and I'm sure the one that they want to be in the film because he's your current day Michael Jordan. Maybe he's not your favorite character, but that's, the biggest comparison that we could, make between the two iconic stars of their eras in the basketball world. Even if you love, Chris Paul or, Harden or Curry or what have you. Of course, LeBron is this current generation's Michael Jordan, at least as close as you can get. So, that being said, isn't official. He's most likely, I assume that it's going to happen with LeBron James. I don't know if they can't get him, if they're going to try to do somebody else. But hey, they went out and said, Space Jam 2, super official. Mark it on your calendar somewhere, because we don't have a release date for you yet. But hey, the biggest grossing basketball film of all time, getting a sequel. hopefully Bill Murray will stop by again, because, you know, he was really good. And in more reboot / what was popular in the 90s news, we have our first picks of the Power Rangers and what their reboot movie is going to look like in costume. We saw Elizabeth Banks' Rita Repulsa a little bit ago, and now we got to look at the original, you know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And it looked like this. And it sucks, because it was so easy not to fuck up, but they're just like, alright, let's make him look like, you know, Pacific Rim, Iron Man, reject super suits, and give the chicks these huge, like, boob pockets, because they think that they put Katy Perry into this costume for some reason, and they give them, like, wedges, like, built-in, like, power wedges. It's so easy not to screw this up, yet they found a way to do it and take all of the wind out of the sails of people being open to a reboot, whether it be an old fan or a new one. Obviously, you know, the younger kids are going to be very easy to place, as I was as a kid when the first movie came out that I saw twice. But I had some hopes for this movie, because it's like, oh, they could do, you know, so many better, you know, more mature things, and of course have better action, maybe better acting, maybe a compelling storyline. We knew that, you know, the chances for this weren't exceptionally high, but possible, and, you know, exciting to think about for us old fans out there. But now I don't think there's a reason to be excited. So I'm still willing to watch a trailer, but come on, what's this shit? Our waiting and suffering are almost over, and Mighty Number 9 has finally gone gold and has an official release date that cannot be moved. June 21st for the 360, the 1, the 3, the 4, the PC, and we have to wait even longer for the 3DS and Vita versions. This game has been pushed back so long. It's supposed to come out in November. No, February. It's supposed to come out in February. Nope. Maybe soon. And now it's coming out in 6 weeks. So that's pretty neato. I am definitely relieved that we have a release date and we know it can't be moved. It's been pushed back, of course, because of issues with the online co-op multiplayer and the fact that it's on so many different platforms. The fact that they have to individually change each of these bugs, because, you know, it works differently on different platforms, because you have to they have different problems on different platforms and you fix them very differently because, you know, just how different they are. But it sounds like they've gotten all that passed outside of the 3DS on Vita, which I'm sure, you know, maybe some people might be upset about. But hey, it's finally going to come out for most of the platforms. So everybody who pre-ordered in November or February or yesterday or kickstarted this thing 4 years ago are finally going to get to see the fruits of their labors and their, you know, money that they hoped would give us a new Mega Man spiritual successor. Finally coming. Anywho, that is what mattered in the news this week. If you'd like to know what matters in the future, and hit the subscribe button. One of these comes out every single Saturday. Hope you all enjoy, and I will see you next time.